Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to an actual video on this channel for the first time in a while. Today I thought I would give you guys a brief setup, tour, and walkthrough of the actual drum stream, because I know some people have been interested, and so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and walk right in to here, and as you can see, we got the kit and the PC over there. We got one of our cameras right there, front and center. And we can see this chair over there. There's our mic thing, and as you can see, we can just get a little small look at everything that we got in there, in the drum module. So yeah, let's just take a look here. We're gonna start with the cameras. So our main camera is a Canon camcorder, a Vixia HFR 600. This is a 1080p 60 camera. And I've had this thing for a long time. As you can see, we walk around here. You can see the screen. That is what helps me line it up. You can feel free to take a look at all that information on there. And the battery is taped up, but it doesn't really matter because the battery doesn't even get used, as it is always plugged in via this wall outlet right here. And as far as getting it into the computer, the HDMI is ran through this little device right here, which once I bring the light up, you can see is an Elgato game capture. They made these back in the old days. They don't make these anymore. They just use the cam links now. As you can see on the front, HD60. And there you go. That's how I have that one connected up. And that is ran into the computer through that little USB hub that you saw down there. Next up, we have the iPad camera. And there's my iPad right there. It's the iPad Air 4. And as you can see, we have the laptop over there, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now the camera is a Razer Kiyo Pro. However, this is not permanent. I'm testing this out with a bunch of different cameras in this position. This camera actually used to be the foot camera, but I'm trying it out as the iPad camera. And we're going to see how that goes. I don't know if you can tell, but I actually have a right angle USB-C adapter. This is the adapter that came from my Quest. And how do I use my Quest? So I use the cable from it. Then if we walk around here, let's move the throne or the chair out of the way. And the floor camera is a ON 1440p. This is Walmart's brand of tech, and it's actually not too bad when there's plenty of light, but in a scenario like this where there's not a lot of light, it doesn't do super great. But as you can see, it's actually mounted on the Razer Kiyo Pro stand, so that way it can get higher up, and that way the angle looks better and it points at the kick and the pedal. We can see that that's plugged in straight into the computer through USB, and sitting right here is another capture card that I don't always use. When I get the iPad's capture card, that's what that's going to be, but for now it's just not being used as anything. So I'll put that chair back. And then let's take a seat. So here is the computer. It's an HP Pavilion laptop with a GTX 1660 Ti and 8 GB of ROM. And this is my view, as you can see, so we can see everything right here. There's our module right there. We can go ahead and power that up. And you can see the screen light up. There you go. Change that to 16. Number 16 is the kit I play on, because it's got my own sounds in there. If it would focus on me. There we go. Number 16. And oh, that was me on the computer. So the mixer is a Soundcraft 124. This is actually a very outdated mixer. I'm looking at getting a new one. But the drums are connected here, the microphone is connected here, and the stereo is connected here. That is left, and that is for the right. And this red cable actually goes to my headphones. That's what I hear out of. And here's the computer once again. We're going to try to pull up in a minute information on there, but as you can see below me, I have a Zoom H4n. I'm actually using this as my interface so the mixer can output to the computer, because the mixer itself doesn't support USB. So I have both tracks ran into the Zoom H4. I have the gain set as low as it'll go, And even then it's still too hot, which as you can see why that yellow fader is not up all the way. And so as you can see, just to show you that it is working, when I play a track on the iPad, I have to get it where you can see it. When I play the track on the iPad, you can see the levels, and when I pause it, the levels go away. The same thing with OBS, just to show you that they are a direct mirror. When I play the music and pause the music, you can see that reflected there. So if I pause it, it goes away. If I play it, it comes back. So OBS is using the Zoom as the microphone. And here's my first attempt at opening the system information panel, which goes badly. Alright, and here's the system information panel. I'm not going to go through this. You can just screenshot it and look as you wish. You can just screenshot it and look at it as you wish, but I'm not going to read through all that. Alright, now to the other device that is down here that you're probably curious about. This is a Behringer UM2, so this is actually a USB interface, but I'm not using it as that. You'll notice the thing that's coming up front, that is a TRS to stereo 3.5 that is being read into the mixer. And I have this interface plugged into the iPad so I can get the iPad sound out, because this iPad doesn't have a headphone jack. So we are technically using digital audio, but it still sounds pretty good. I have that, and then also the drum module connected to this USB hub from Anker. So the drum is the closest cord and the interface is the other cord. And when I don't use the iPad, you're probably wondering how I get the computer sound in there. That part's actually very easy. All I do is I plug the headphone jack or the 3.5 cable. Instead of plugging it into the Behringer, I plug it into the Zoom. You're probably wondering why I don't plug it into the laptop itself, and that's because number one, it's cleaner this way, and number two, it also makes a buzzing sound, and we don't like that. Now for my talking microphone, it's actually a wireless microphone, which I surprisingly don't like. You'd think I'd like the wireless, but I really don't. It's a Phoenix Pro 71. It's a good microphone for what it's meant for, but something like this is just not good at. I don't know what the whole point of me tapping it against the computer was. I guess just to show you that it was working. But that microphone basically just sits under the kit. And the wireless receiver is actually behind me, as you can see. And I have a long 1/4-inch cord going into the mixer for that. And yeah, so let's go over the software, which I don't have any screenshots of. So you'll just have to listen to my lovely voice over a bunch of music. So for the software, I use Melodics. That's the app that runs on my iPad that plugs into the drum module and helps me, it guides me through all those lessons and stuff that you'll see. And then to stream everything, I use what you've heard me say a bunch of times already, an application called OBS, which is basically the most versatile streaming platform on any platform. It actually does support all three, Windows, Mac, Linux. But obviously I'm using it on Linux. The computer is running Windows 10, and it has 8 gigs of RAM, like I said. So the computer doesn't like to do more than one thing, and so that one thing is OBS. And actually, I have a new problem that arose that I need to figure out. I can't simultaneously record and stream at the same time because then it says something about CPU encoding overloaded, so we gotta work on that. But yeah, that is the setup walkthrough. If there are any other questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. And y'all be safe out there.